The talk around Boston, not just today, but all season long, has been Drake Maye. He is changing the fortunes of this Patriots franchise. It has been fun. It has been exciting. It has been elite. But is it unprecedented? In a way, yeah. Drake, who's still second in the highest odds, according to DraftKings, for NFL MVP this year, has bounced between first and second the last few weeks. He is the only quarterback through any 11-game stretch in NFL history to have 2,500 yards, 250 rushing yards, 20 touchdown passes, a 70% completion percentage, and an 800 winning percentage. Now, is that a cherry-picked stat? Yes, it is. But hey, it's round numbers, and when you break it down, it's really impressive. No quarterback through any 11-game stretch in NFL history has done that. No one. Not Brady, not Manning, not Mahomes, not Marino, not Elway, Montana, Breeze, none of these guys. Not Lamar Jackson, not Josh Allen. Only Drake Maye. And he's the only player in NFL history through 22 NFL starts, again, a little cherry-picked, but he's the only player through 22 NFL starts to have a completion percentage over 70%. It's nuts what we're seeing from him. And the completion percentage down the field, throws of 20 yards or more, it's absurd. It's over 60%. That's crazy. That's crazy production. I don't care what the schedule is. But what is so impressive about Drake Maye is that truly only a handful of quarterbacks in this league can do this. Because not only can he run and pass, like we know that, and Josh Allen can do that, Lamar Jackson can do that, right? But Drake is just as effective extending the play with his arm as he is with his legs. Not everyone can say that. In fact, I don't know if there's a quarterback in the league outside of Josh Allen that can really say that. Like, think of that rollout deep ball to Stephon Diggs in the Buffalo game. It's one of the throws of the season. Is there anyone in the league you would trade Drake Maye for straight up? I mean, yeah, right? Like, there's one or two guys that you would trade him for straight up, of course. Well, NBC Sports Boston Patriots beat writer Phil Perry got the question, who would you trade Drake Maye for 1-for-1? And he has a stunning answer.
Would you take over Drake Maye
Let's
right
do this
now?
right now. Who would you trade him straight up for in the league?
I think the only guy I would do it for would be Josh Allen.
Not Patrick Mahomes.
Not Patrick Mahomes.
You would if the Kansas City Chiefs came to you today and said,
Hey, Phil.
trade you Patrick Mahomes
Andy.
Straight up.
for Drake Maye.
And we'll throw it
Andy, you're wild, man. You're a wild man. But no.
No, you pass.
Yeah, I pass.
Why?
I pass. I think.
How old is Mahomes?
I think the good old days might be behind us.
He's only
Oh my God. Okay.
He's 30 years old.
Hold on.
That is crazy. Anytime Mike Felger is the man of reason in the room when it comes to a Patriots discussion, there's an issue. Not trading Patrick Mahomes for Drake Maye 1-for-1? I don't know, man. Look, I love Drake. I love Drake Maye. I'm so happy he's the quarterback for my team. But come on now. Come on now. Let's be real here. Look, I could be horribly wrong with how this team is playing this year. But I just find it really, really hard to believe that Patrick Mahomes is just washed at age 30. Like, I don't care that the Chiefs are 5-5 in that respect. I don't see that and say, end of the road, maybe he is getting too fat. And if that phone call is coming across my desk, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to take the 3-time Super Bowl champ and 2-time league MVP, who is only 30. I do think the Josh Allen answer is interesting, though, because I might have said the same thing. I would have said Mahomes as well, but I might have said Josh Allen in there too. Like, that was the second thought that came to mind. League MVP last year, phenomenal player, even though he hasn't gone to the big game yet. I mean, just a terrifically talented player. And that's obviously a comparison we hear a lot, right? Drake Maye, Josh Allen. And there is a lot of symmetry there. It makes a ton of sense when you look at not just their body type, their play style, their demeanor, even their paths to the NFL are fairly similar. The things that we were saying about Josh Allen coming out of college, can throw the ball a mile, probably tries to thread the needle too much, excellent with his legs, tough against man coverage so far, very raw, are all the same things that we said about Drake Maye, both top 10 picks. So all of that stuff's really similar. But looking how these guys compare statistically in their NFL careers through 2 seasons is fascinating. Because remember, Drake Maye has not played 2 full seasons yet. He's barely played 1 full season. And Josh Allen played, a season and a half worth of starts through 2 full seasons. But Drake Maye's not even fully through year 2. And yet, through their first 2 seasons, Drake Maye leads Josh Allen in completion percentage by 13 points, passing yards per game by 30, and throwing on more yards per attempt, has a quarterback rating 22 points higher, has 0.1 less yards per rush than Josh Allen, and has thrown 5 more touchdowns in 4 fewer games than Allen did through his first 2 seasons in the NFL. We all knew that Josh Allen had this freakish athleticism and that it could become something because he was very raw, right? And it has become something. It wasn't a slam dunk. Drake Maye has all that freakish athleticism and all those tools that Josh Allen had and that Josh Allen has, and yet he is way more polished in year 2 in the NFL. That should be frightening for the rest of the league. It's tough to compare quarterbacks like totally apples to apples because of, starting points and coaches and all this stuff. I think this is as accurate as a start that you can have with 2 different quarterbacks in terms of a benchmark that you could possibly have. They both had the same knocks coming out of college. They both had probably not a ton of experience coming out of college. They both had the same body types. They both had, a kind of a shit situation when they got into the NFL that changed around pretty quickly. They both had, troubles in terms of their weapons and their offensive line that got solved within the first 2 or 3 seasons. And yet Drake Maye is way more polished. Like, how does that not scare the NFL right there? We're talking about an MVP quarterback on one side, Josh Allen, and here's another guy with from the same starting blocks in the same race that halfway through the race is way better. Just a way better floor in year 2 than Josh Allen had in year 2. And for me, Drake has the perfect combination of having that gunslinger blood in him and the arm talent. He's got the gunslinger attitude and the arm talent of Brett Favre, but without the 10-cent head. He's got the $1 million arm, but his decision-making is a lot more Tom Brady, Peyton Manning than it is Brett Favre. Because of that kind of mentality, though, he does take a lot of sacks. And I think that's where you see a lot of gunslinger, even though that doesn't typically add up to a lot of people. But there's sometimes we probably should throw it away, and he takes a sack instead. And those aren't necessarily, that's not a good thing, right? Going from 2nd and 5 to 3rd and 14 can be catastrophic. But would you take that over an interception? I know I sure as hell would. Ask the Vikings fans, 2010, if they'd take that, January 2010, if they would take that over a sack. But Patriots fans, y'all, let's drink it in. Yeah, I would trade him for Mahomes straight up because I think Mahomes is one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in NFL history, even at this point in his career. One of. But we don't have to. That's the beauty of this. And since this isn't the Red Sox that we're talking about, we could be getting a decade plus of Drake Maye because he was drafted and developed by this team. But this is just the beginning. It is a good time to be a Patriots fan again. Is this one of the best runs you've ever seen from an NFL quarterback? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We come at you live every weekday, noon Eastern time on YouTube, and then available wherever you get your podcasts as well. Your lunchtime alternative to Boston Sports Talk Radio right here on the Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart.